Right. Hello, guys. Good evening. I've got something else that I need to vent and to talk about. Um, so I'm back, and I was laying here meditating, doing my thing, and dealing with the stress. So racism is a very stressful topic for blacks, and I think a lot of black people, especially the entrepreneurs that don't work for anybody, one of the reasons why you wanted to start your own business in the first place is to get away from racism. And it's not the best energy, no matter what end of the spectrum that you're on. It's not good energy at all. In fact, it's medically black people's blood pressure goes up when they're in racially motivated situations. And any form of racism, it sucks, especially if you're a black person and you've been denied certain privileges, or if you have been treated a certain way because you're black. um and it's crazy because when you come to social media, it's gonna find you, and it's so evil. It's so evil. It really is. First of all, can't no black person necessarily get a white person to go after you. That person has to be doing it, and they have a certain energy about them, and it is just, oh man, so many people are hormonally imbalanced because of it. To be honest with you, it shouldn't even really be tolerated on YouTube, but it is. It's tolerated, all right. And it was one of the reasons why I started my business, was to get away from racist people, politics, not just racism, but sexism and classism, because nobody normal wants to be bothered with that crap. It's crap. It needs to be flushed down the toilet. You have to really be careful. A lot of people need to take care of their health. Gotta take care of that health. Hey, Jacretia, hello. Yeah, nobody should have to come to YouTube and on their daily day get treated like they're less than because of the color of their skin. Nobody should even want to go, and it's not even interesting to me at all. I'm not in the scene of Roots. No black women should have the right to feel like they are an empress. They have the right. And especially if they're creating their own, nobody has the right to question them. So I mean, it's been extreme racism and obvious stereotyping, especially when you look at the witchcraft community. Remember when I got insulted about the old hoodoo thing? Putting menstrual blood in a man's spaghetti, make him stay with you forever. That it's, oh, that's a racist witch joke. So they done started making up racist witch jokes, to try to make black people look like freaking animals or something. And it ain't right. I can tell you that it ain't right. I had somebody try to accuse my past self of being racist. It's like, excuse me? That's not the bee's knees of life, is to be racist. That's a point of weakness. Now, I don't think that white people should have to go on a damn mission to save blacks. Blacks don't need that. Black people don't need no white person to save them. We ain't never asked no white person to save us. But yet you deal with that attitude. It's so disrespectful, as if blacks don't have the capability of building their own and maintaining their own. And that's the suave attitude that a lot of white racists have. Like, oh, I was trying to help you. Help me? How? Was doing fine before you came in. No, you weren't trying to help me. You were trying to help yourself. Okay. So, that's a stressful topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want my name brought up in it. I don't want anybody white or racist talking about me. And I will put together a beef tongue for whoever speaks that stuff over me. Don't speak that over my crown chakra. Because you might end up meeting Metatron. Because I will call the Metatron. Yes, I will. If anybody into Metatron, the angel, that one Christian witch tried to say he was a demon, but it's probably because Metatron might have been putting a stop to a lot of evil deeds. You never know. I'd rather a person tell me how evil they are, and for me to know what I'm dealing with, who I'm dealing with. It's just a very, very stressful topic. It's not good for Black reproduction. Uh, it's not. And, my spirits are devising a plan to deal with the racism that I, as a African American woman, have been suffering on YouTube. Because it shouldn't have to deal with it. And, for some reason, seems like the white racists that I have dealt with, they usually try to disguise themselves as a friend, and then they come back on some treacherous stuff. And I guess Black folks are supposed to be scared to talk about it. Oh God, no, no. Oh God, there's nothing more that I hate than a bigot or a racist. That energy, I'll start lighting black candles. Any racists that come for me in social media, your name is probably already written down. Your name is probably already written down on my list. So you can be ignorant if you want. Go ahead. Go ahead and act like a stupid hillbilly. What I gotta worry for? But I know I ain't gonna let it stress me out. Here's the one thing that when I realize somebody is a racist, I don't give a damn about them no more. I don't care about what they say. In fact, I stopped listening after I realized they were racist. Okay, you don't listen or communicate with somebody like that because you have to look at history. During those times of extreme racism, Black folks was being killed a lot and still are. So this is something that we can't ever forget about, and we have to look at all the signs at the end of the day. These people are extremely demonically possessed. Treating somebody like they are less than is worse than anything. I think that the Black community it's kind of okay within any community, because I see a bunch of white people on here beefing too. They got beef sectors for white people. I be watching them too. And they're a little bit more interesting, but these women seem a little bit more decent. Okay. They don't seem to be that bad. I judge people energetically. And so if you make me feel any type of way to where I feel even a smidgen of anxiety, oh, I will start walking on that grass. I will literally. Okay. Hey, Shiv Kwanda Evans. Hello. Yeah, make sure y'all thumbs it up. Absolutely. I'm going to say this to all white people. I'm going to make a deal with you. I wasn't raised around racism like that. Now, I was not raised in the South. I was raised in the Midwest. So I'm not used to, and I would never bow my head either. It's never going to happen. If you are like, for example, if I have a white friend and, I need you for something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to shake your hand and hug you and stuff. But as far as me going, yes, master, forgive me for I have sinned, it's not going to happen. I mean, just ever, and you might as well just get ready to hate me then forever, because Black people should not have to do that. Nobody should have to do that. I'm not even asking you to do that. Okay, this is the West Side Connection. Bow down. Bow down. I'll say that, but because you need to stand down. What are you so upset about? Threatening people and stuff, Now, if a Black person came online and was threatening a white person, that Black person would probably have the police at their house. They would have the police at their house. Like, oh, I'm calling the police on you. You threaten me with violence. And when you see it, I don't even care if you're doing it because you have a crush on a Black person. I don't care if you think you have a crush on a Black person. I don't feel good about white people, whether I've dated them or not, stalking and chasing me like a runaway slave. I have a problem with that. And I'm just gonna be straight up with it and upfront. I'm not the type of person that sugarcoats my feelings at all. Y'all know how I am. I'm very honest. And I will not absorb your stress. I've had white people accuse me of not loving my children, knowing that I would die or kill for my kids. And every stereotype. Where are they doing this at? I feel like I slipped back into a time capsule. Back when, if you was a Black person, you couldn't even walk down the street. Somebody be like, "Where you going, gal? Where you going?" And see, that's why Black women got the notorious attitude, but we don't really have to have no attitude now. Ever since the ancestors have returned. And I'm not a racist person at all. I have white deities that I work with. They are amazing. And I have Black. So I'm not racist at all. The whole racism thing, the whole comparing. Now, what I will tell you is that the beef sectors, it does kind of tend to make you go to the, the head Uncle Ruckus in charge and ask him. I thought white folks were sweet, kind, and loving. I thought that they were always the bigger person and they were always the hope giver. And they will be as racist as they want and then dare you to call them out on it. Well, I'm calling you out on it. What the hell? Now what? You need some help. You need to get yourself some help. That's a sick person. And it seemed like to me that they on YouTube shopping for victims. My trust level is gone completely. With a lot of these people on here, it's I have current clients right now that are white. Okay, I have a son that is biracial. He's not white. Doesn't mean that I'm racist or hate my own people. Okay. So, something's going to have to give. The type of insecurities that white racists try to put on you on YouTube, those are not even my damn insecurities. I have no fear of a white person or any other person coming over here to do anything to me. And they have waged war against blacks. And you got blacks that went along with them. What are they at war over? Your energy. They're at war over your energy. They'll say things like, oh, my ancestors used to own you. Boy, your ancestors used to own you too. What you talking about? But if that is your connection to other races of people, then it just is what it is. But the fact that they actually, and I think black folk need to do better. Stop involving yourself with white racists at all. It's absolutely disgusting. It's very triggering. They know that they're triggering us. It's not good for the health. People be on here yelling and screaming sometimes, stressed out. Every black person has the right to choose to do what's best for their family. Hey, Yvonne, Salinas, hello. Well, I'm not tripping off of those people, Shivaquanda Evans. I think that that's a troll, kind of. I don't know, though, because I don't watch their channels. Okay, when you have a high level of self-esteem, you don't have to go and listen to people talk negatively about other people. Now, if somebody's talking real about that person, then hey, but if somebody's just committing satire and just, lying on somebody or just being silly, but at the end of the day, we're all grown. I'm never going to be subservient to a white person, just like I don't expect for them to be subservient to me. Yeah, but these people act like it ain't never been no successful black people in this world when we all know that it has been and there will be in the future. Oh, that looks pretty. Check it out, y'all. That's when it's orange right now. Ain't that pretty? I'm not going to raise another generation of black children that are afraid of the world. How am I trying to sound like the oppressor? What the? Boy, they sure do try to project. This must be one of them. Yet you're trying your best to be and sound like the oppressor, which I don't understand. Oh, you're trying to say that I'm trying to be white? Oh my God. Boy, white people ain't my oppressor. Bye. Mm, get out of here with that. Ain't nobody trying to be white, honey. I can only be myself. How the hell am I trying to be white? What the fuck? I don't, this is what I'm saying. That's why you got to ignore trolls. Because, first of all, there's nothing wrong with being black. I have no problem with being who I am. What are you talking about? You can go look at my channel. I wear my natural hair. I don't even perm my natural hair. My hair is in its raw form, but I'm trying to be like the oppressor. How? How? By being successful. So a black person is trying to be white by being ambitious. Like, come on now. That's just pure ignorance. I've never heard of this kind of ignorance. And to be honest with you, I don't want it anywhere near my channel. These people need to go. Well, of course, I've never been in this. I, as a black person, I have never felt like I should feel bad about what a white person says or a racist says. I've like, and it's sick. And by the way, the oppressor is trying to be like me because I'm not trying to appropriate anybody's culture. What are you talking about? Because of my skin complexion? What am I supposed to do? Go under a tanning bed and tan myself and make myself darker for you? I'm trying to be like the oppressor because I'm light skinned. That's what that's about. So whatever. Well, as a black woman, I do identify as the original woman on this planet. So actually, the oppressor, I guess, thinks that they're trying to be like me. I see white people trying to be like blacks. What you talking about? Even the people, even old boy, and I think you know what? That's probably one of his accounts. He wants me to bring his name up. He'll blatantly appropriate culture, the black culture, while calling black people niggas. I mean, I still think that he's wrong as hell for using that N word. Thank you. Thank you, Shaquanda. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Yeah, well, that people, let me just give y'all a hint. You know that people don't have to have thousands of dollars to get an attorney. Okay. People can get a civil rights attorney. And that's all I gotta say. Because a black person is not going to start their business just so that they'll have to deal with the same crap that they had to deal with when they worked for in the corporate field. That's how they act. A lot of these people act like we're all employees of YouTube. That's not the case. I don't work for YouTube. I work for myself. I use the platform of YouTube and they use me. It's an even exchange of energy. So technically, YouTube ain't even the problem. It's these people that are racist and the way that they treat other people, the way that they talk to black people. They know they wouldn't talk to another white person that way. Come on now, let's keep it real. They wouldn't be as violent to other white people. Okay, they reserve that for the race of people that they hate, which is black people. And I don't know why black people don't get that. Hell, I'm not in their club. They don't see me as a white person, and I never asked them to. What the hell? Oh my God. I wouldn't want to be a white person like that that's racist and disrespectful to black people. If I'm going to be choosing to be friends with a white person, I want to ask them, I don't want to know how they treat their current black friends. I want to know how you treated your former black friends. Just saying. And if you don't want to be friends, well, that's not no sweat off of my back. What do they want us to do? Cry alone at night? Like I don't get it. Oh, okay. So I don't know. I would honestly suggest that a lot of these racist people to just get off of my channel and, you know. 'Cause, 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 What in the world? Oh my God, a mentally ill. Maybe you should stop throwing Molotovs at the cops. Cops would be doing this if y'all didn't start killing them. Oh my God, and they can't even form a sentence together. Jesus Christ. First of all, I've never thrown anything at the cops. Hold on a second, y'all. I've never thrown anything at the cops. In fact, I don't have a problem with the cops. Do you have a problem with the cops? Yeah, I don't do stuff like that. I don't have issues like that. Am I supposed to tell you that every Black person doesn't break the law? Oh, goodness. I'm not concerned about those people. I'm concerned about the people that are being accused of crimes that they didn't commit. That, that, my friend, is only thing that my spirits are concerned about. Okay. Mm, no. Well, the cops, they pretty much kill everybody. The cops kill white people too. In fact, I've seen quite a few videos of people shooting at the cops getting shot, and then the suspect being shot. There was an actual video footage of, was it Oklahoma? It was about 10, 15 minutes. And this man, he finally pulled out his gun and he got to shoot. And he said, "You are not taking me to jail tonight." I don't want to have a conversation about that though. So I'd rather chat with somebody else. So I'll put you in timeout. Y'all can feel free to chat. This is not a place for all of that. There's no debate here. Okay. I am speaking specifically to other Blacks that have been suffering from racism, stereotyping, and harassment on YouTube by white racists. That's what I'm talking about. This is not a conversation for you. This is a conversation against you and the things that you have been doing. And you know you ain't right, pimping. Well, you know what? Let me tell you something. My ancestors protect me all the time. God is good, and ain't nobody worried about you or nothing that you're talking about. Every Black person is not afraid of the police. In fact, I have angels surrounding my property. I don't have those fears. Is that what you want? You want Black people to be in fear in their own homes where they fucking work, contribute something to society, and pay bills? Is that what you want? That's some sick shit. And I don't even think that got anything to do with Black people. I just think that you're working out your sick problems on Blacks. That's what you're doing right now. You're working out your sick problems on Black people. I certainly, well, first of all, there's never going to be anybody that breaks into my house. Okay. And if somebody did break into my house, I have protection. I have a crowbar. So I'm good. And I don't even worry about those things. Sometimes I sleep with my front door unlocked. No, no, hun. Sorry. I don't live in a bad neighborhood like that, and I'm not concerned about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get you up out of here. Bye, sicko. Very, very sick people, I tell you. And they cannot stand seeing a Black person that knows how to work a way They're bad energies. They can't stand that. And yeah, y'all out there, I'm not saying all white folks are bad, but there's some racist ones out there. And they are coming to a YouTube channel near you. Okay. Okay. Let's not forget the ones that are deep, deep racist, the ones that are angry at witchcraft as well. So they real angry that they can't control you, which, is so weird. I used to feel like as a Black person that I was a prisoner to this country. I don't feel that way anymore because this is my country just as much as it is yours. Oh, Lord have mercy. No, you're saying your version of the truth, honey. It'll never happen over in my reality. Okay. What a sicko. Phil's urine bottle. I have never, these people, for some reason, they're into urine and menstrual blood. And, they are so obsessed with Black people. It's just ridiculous. Back to what I was discussing. White racist people, they have this really sort of, it's a demon that's attached to them. And it's very narcissistic, and it literally, the first thing that it goes for is the Black person's heart chakra. So this is the reason why you have to wear something over your heart. See, I know how to keep myself very, very, very grounded. Okay, because if they could, they would kill you with their bad energy. They would. That's just like, oh, girl that I got into it the next day. She murder, murder, murder. They want to murder you for telling them the truth. You can't even have a normal conversation with them, but yet they call us monkeys and they say we're ignorant. Right. Right. Okay. So, I was totally shocked at this person's behavior, but then that person proved, hey, I am not a good person. I can't have a disagreement with a Black person without threatening to kill them. But you're so much better than our race, right? And I think it's sick. And I think every Black person has the right to live their life and raise their family without having to deal with you people that are racist like that. I think we have every right to live racism free and sexism free and classism free. All of the crazy institutions that, were built off of the white man's patriarchy. Black people have the right to live free of that. Do we not? Let's burn some more ancestor money, shall we? By the way, y'all, this is a ritual just to let y'all know I'm burning ancestor money at the same time. And you ain't doing nothing but having a horrible past life regression is what you're having. Let's just put it like this. The white people back in the day that was racist, those people were not happy. They weren't. They were miserable. Look at the things that they did to Blacks. Look at the way they lived. Well, I'm gonna tell you, for me personally, I didn't know that somebody was a racist until after the friendship was over, and she went and found a bunch of racist internet buddies to come and stalk me, is what she did. And they pretty much hang in a pack together. It is a demonic attachment. They have a demon on them, and they can come to YouTube. Hold on, y'all. They can come to YouTube. They can be keyboard warriors. They can say whatever they want to say, but some of them, they got to go live, and either they're going to show a lot of hatred. They're going to be a racist person. How you can tell covert racism is somebody that's threatening violence, and then also being very dismissive and disrespectful to a Black person. Because honestly, I believe black people are some of the best people around because I've seen a lot of black people show humility, and I've seen a lot of them show manners, even in situations that a white racist was trying to trigger them on purpose by calling them a nigger. Hey, Latrice. Hey, sweetie. I don't think that they're oppressing everybody, though, Jacretia. They want to believe that they are, but they're not. I can show you my website sales. I can show you what I've made in the last month. They ain't oppressing nobody. And if a white person is oppressing you, you're letting them. They can only oppress you if you allow them. By the way, I was prepared for racism my whole life. As a black woman, I was fully prepared for racism and racist people. And it is a demon that they're conjuring. And that demon can and will be destroyed over and over again because there's a lot of white people that have enough good sense to not contend with that. Because, like I said, those people were not happy and they were of poor health. Black people was out working the fields. They was getting the exercise. Okay, they were getting the exercise. You know what I'm saying? While people was laying around being lazy and their heart was dying. So I'm just, I'm speaking about it because and I don't even try. Okay, I'm a spiritualist and this is not like a civil rights channel, but come on now. The blatant upfront racism that has been happening on YouTube, we got to talk about it at some point. The stereotyping of black women. I've never been on welfare in my life and they call me a welfare queen simply because I'm black and they're jealous of me. No, poggers, fish aquariums. This is the reason why I would never send my children to your public schools. I'd rather pay for my son to go to private school and you ain't gonna be able to do a damn thing about that. No, ain't no everyone gets picked on. Get the hell out of here. We grown. We're grown. Ain't nobody on here going, why I'm being picked on. No, honey. We're talking about the blatant racism and the fact that you try to interfere in black people's lives. And the fact that you're always watching black people, you're always calling, you're always stalking. Don't play the girl. Don't come in here with that. Please. Y'all and not me. Okay. I don't feel like you're picking on me. I feel like you're a blubbering idiot personally. Yes, it is, Ziana. Yeah, I know, Shaquanda. And that's why, and when I wanted to originally cut her off, I couldn't. And God does things in his own time, so that's I trusted the whole process. But in the meantime, between time, nobody should have to put up with that crap. And treating black women as if you gonna put your foot on my neck, girl, bye, we're gonna be fighting up in here. And that's sad, that and it is very ignorant. It's that's why I don't go around people. Keep to myself. I don't want to be fighting up in here. I ain't got bruises and scars and stuff all over my body. That ain't how my life has been, and I'm gonna continue that way. I took a walk on the wild side and got what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But as far as now, no, I'll be out in the country before you know it. Way, way, way out in the country. Ain't nobody got time for all that. As a black person, that's the worst thing that you can do is to have to sit and think about racism all the time. It's very solaris plexus lowering. It is. It'll lower your immune system as well. And I didn't become a vlogger and a YouTuber to have to sit up here and be involved in people and their stupid competitive nature because I think that that's stupid. In fact, I don't care what race you are as long as you're on the same page. There's a movie that I really like called Meet the Fockers. Y'all know Greg Focker's father, Bernie Focker. I think his name was Bernie Focker. I love that movie. It's lighthearted. It makes you laugh and and you just, all this other, racism, death, dying, destruction. I don't want to deal with that every day. That ain't where my life is going. Oh, racism is totally not progressive. Not even for white folks. I mean, you may be able to, like, for example, black folk, we need to be at the point to where we're not judging each other for, having kind of a messy house. Well, honey, why can't we afford to have a maid come in? And no matter what race that maid is, it really doesn't matter. I mean, I personally, I want to say that I think I would definitely trust a black person to clean my house to my liking. But that's just because I'm black too. And I know that when I do my deep cleaning, which I'm so excited, tomorrow is going to be a deep cleaning day. I have been needing to deep clean my bathroom upstairs so bad, and I had to get some of that liquid fire because I got some hair and some herbs clogging up the tub. So I'm gonna have that straight tomorrow, and I'm gonna deep clean, and you know what I'm saying. But it's just the point, I don't like what are they trying to use racism to vampire our energy? So they say something racially inflammatory to get us upset. Do you think that that's going to have a negative or a positive effect on a black person's health? And do you even care? Because I care. I do. I care. Especially when I see people that I care about anytime they get stressed out over it. And black people, we weren't born to be your kicking posts. And I know that when you come on YouTube, you can just be whatever you want to be. But that's, well, I never in my life ever, that I was looking at this racist article, or it wasn't a racist article, it was about racism. And it was an article about whether or not a man would allow a black surgeon to do surgery on them. And, even though the man could save his life, he wouldn't do it because he's black. You know what I'm saying? It just is it's stuff like that. Even though we know throughout history we've had brilliant black surgeons, brilliant, you know, but yet it's still with racism. It's almost like the energy. And see, I'm very, I'm very serious about energy. I don't want that energy to touch my children at all. And, they'll say, oh, really? Are you willing to die for it? Well, I don't have to die for that. That's my right. Every black person has a biological, a spiritual right. Every black person has that right. And we're still not there. We'll never be living in a time where it's just cool for white people to just attack black people and call them niggers. We are never, like, that's never going to happen, because then we just be reverted back to what? Slavery. Right, exactly. And I think every race has their beauty about them and their good points and their bad points. Okay, every race has that. But when you are blatantly treating Black people differently, and then also the fact, well, when you think about YouTube, technically, I mean, none of these people have any power or real control over you. You're not my boss. You don't employ me. So this is one of the reasons why I started my business, was to get away from racist and racism and office politics and, just people being weird. And you come to YouTube and you you realize, well, damn, so I'm I'm gonna kick back for a minute, y'all, because I don't want to be caught up in that bubble. Like, I keep me and my loved ones in a love bubble. I keep me and my babies in a bubble. When my children get to calling me and stuff, I start to put protection around them. I call to the angels, because I ain't got time for nobody else's past life regression. You may have had ancestors that held Black people as slaves. What that got to do with me? You're right. And it's not progressive to the person either. I mean, it may cause progressive cancer. You may end up with some kind of aggressive form of cancer. That's the progression that racism creates, cancer. That's it. Especially if you move like that, like you move like, and you treat people that way. And see, they're very cunning, because they'll all treat one Black person the same way and make it look like, oh, it's this person. Nah. Nah. Why would I want to be associated with a person, white or Black, that's going around in chat rooms, threatening to do bodily harm to people? And I know I'm a witch, and I done went there and did and said dark things. However, that person deserved it, because they won't leave people alone. If you leave people alone, you'll be okay. You won't catch no verbal lashing. But for you to start talking about showing up at folks' houses and craziness, like, that's weird to me. That's very strange and unusual. And like I said, I know people act different in social media than they would if you were to, but some of these people probably would want to, their life is that messed up. And they're jealous of you to where they want to meet up with you and fight. I'm not interested in meeting up and fighting with anybody. I don't want nobody to show up. Ain't nobody gonna show up. That troll was trying to threat. That troll can't even get down the street from their house though. Now I do believe that the I believe that some of these folks do need to be watched on here, because they're nowhere near my area to do anything to me, but they could very well go out there and do something to somebody else. So some of these people are just really sociopathic. So as a Black person, I am no longer dealing with racist anybody on here. I don't want to talk about you, and I certainly won't be thinking about you. Okay, the only way that Black people need to be thinking about racism and slavery is in a past tense. No Black person should have to experience racism from anybody. And I think Black people should start demanding more respect and staying on code with each other too. You wouldn't catch a Jew doing that, would you? It's no different. The slavery and all that, that was a Holocaust. You know what I'm saying? It was. You got to work for free or you get your ass whooped. Wow. Okay. So I ain't forgot nothing. I know Black history, and I'm not going to ever be cool with it on any level. And I've made mistakes of paying people back because I've had racism used against me, but that mistake will never be made again, not by me. And I found that out with that George Floyd situation, and I'm gonna burn some ancestor money for him for respect. Yeah. So, you got to be careful out here. It was, oh my God. Oh Lord. I had to deal with some ancestors on that one. Exactly. Me too. Me too. But I still think, like, for me, I wake up in the morning, I feel great. I shouldn't have to come to YouTube and deal with somebody that I know is a racist harassing me. And, I don't want, you know, stuff like that might need to get reported, to IC3, and then you keep it moving. But as far as me arguing about it, I don't want to do that. I don't want to argue about it. It's not a part of me and my family. My family is safe. I'm not worried about that. My children have always been safe and well taken care of. Okay. And I don't have to say the classic black woman statement, oh, do you think that we're all animals? I swear to God, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. It just, it's one of those things to where I've had two close white friends in my life. And no, actually I've had three. Hold on, y'all. My friend from back in the day, me and her, we still cool. We still Facebook friends and shit. But I found that, that two of them, they just tell major lies on you and do smear campaigns against people that they're not friends with anymore. And they'll tell blatant lies that they know are not the truth. And then they'll say that has nothing to do with their racism, but it does, because they will show honor and dignity and integrity to another race or person. But if you're black, they like, anything goes. Oh, you should have just kissed my ass. Oh, you should have just accepted what I was saying. No, you're not going to hold. It's almost like they trying to hold you hostage. Like, if you unfriend me because of that racist thing that I did, I'm coming for you. It's like, that, my friend, should be against the law. That should be against the law. In fact, I think it is against the law. You don't form a terrorist group against somebody just because they unfriended you. Come on now. And no black person should have to be in an environment every day where they're being subjugated. I don't care who you are, or what you think you are. We have a right to a better quality of life than that. So, I think I'm probably going to end up taking a break from the chat. If I got something to say, I'm gonna come on here and say it, and I'll just shut down the chat, shut down the comments. Ain't nobody been leaving no crazy comments lately, though. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, feel it, see it, smell it, none of it. It has nothing to do with me. I realized that during meditation, and black women, take heed to this. Be kind to yourself. You getting wrapped up in this racial war with people. It ain't worth it. Black folks done already fought and won that war. Yeah, there's problems still, absolutely. But I can tell you that when you get on the good foot, you'll be okay. Because y'all remember what happened with Sandra Bland. That happened because, I mean, she was really, really upset. And I saw Huff Paranormal, um, had said that Sandra Bland was beaten to death, and I think I had seen that too, that she had gotten beaten to death. It don't take it don't even take a lot of bruises for somebody to be beaten to death. Somebody can just bash your head up against the wall and kill you. That's why it's important to stay away from violent situations. It ain't worth it, you know? Anyway, I feel that Black people have the right to live in peace. Even it doesn't, like, they'll say, oh, well, you're warring with each other. Well, so are you. So are white people. Does that mean that you get to use racism against us because we have beef with each other? So you gonna come in from the sideline with some racism? Really? And did any Black person do that to you? Because I see Black people, I see white people beefing on YouTube all the time. All the time. I see them doing it all the time. And as a Black person, I'm not going to step in and use a reverse racism against white people. First of all, I know how to mind my own business. Y'all can handle y'all own problems. No matter what race you are, people need to handle their own business. Okay. So racism can be very subtle. A lot of people think that a person has to be blatantly calling a Black person a nigger for it to be racism. No, it can be the way they regard that person, just like, oh, you're a dog. Oh, are you even human? A white person even dehumanizing a Black person, that falls under the category as racism. Sorry. If you had nappy hair like me, maybe we could consider it to be something else, but unfortunately you don't. And you are different at the end of the day. And we know about racism. Ain't nobody sleep on that. Right, exactly. And you know what? I want to behave more. I have behaved more civilized a lot of the times until I lower myself for these people. But I have acted bigger than them because I am better than that. And they want to act like, oh no, you're not going to spend time with your family. You're not going to have a real life. You're going to sit around and argue about why I'm upset at Black people. No, you do not have the right to trespass on Black people's lives like that. Okay. And the group ritual is up for the full moon protection, by the way, guys. Okay, this will be going on. We'll be doing full moon protection. So y'all can, and Lavender Flower earlier said that it should be the same price as the last one, which is $46.66. I'm gonna get it up. I'm gonna get it put up on Etsy. Cause I don't know if like, it's so weird. I have seen so many people. I have seen many people throughout the years since I've been on YouTube. I've had these weird vampiric people trying to feed off of me. It never even works. It just makes everybody feel uncomfortable. So that's the main thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to feed off of your energy, solar and heart and throat. They can't actually do it, but I don't understand why people get these ideas in their head. They almost think that they're like vampires or something, but it's not the same. And, when they get a crash course and they'll say, oh, this is really deep and philosophical. So you mean to tell me that I can feed off of somebody's solar plexus energy if I call them out of their name and upset them? And then there you have it. You have adults acting like idiots. And I don't think that everybody should just come down to their level and act idiotic with them. And I don't even know how. I consider myself to be a scholar when I look at my body of work that I've done, but I want to really be able to get myself grounded to where I can write my ebook is what I would like to do. Because I'm also a writer. And since people like books on witchcraft so much, I figure I'd write one myself. Okay. And again, like I said, I love all of my people, no matter what walk of life that they came from. So I am not going to sit here and go, oh, white people should treat me better because I am separate from these other people. I'm not ignorant like those other people. I'm not even going to say that because even if somebody is ignorant, why would you take advantage of them? Because you're a bad person? That could be why. Okay. And we all know they take advantage of poor people and ignorant people. Now, that's just the truth. And, I think that at this point, the way I see it is that this is a channeled message. I can tell because I keep having to cough whenever it's a channeled message. You can tell that it's coming in through spirit because my throat, I'll start coughing and gagging. Okay. But at the same token, as a woman, a mother, a lover of life, I don't want to keep doing this over and over again whenever somebody feels up to it. And I won't participate anymore. I will not have anything to do with anything that is supposed to be depreciating. I don't want anything else to do with anything that is supposed to lower me in any way or upset me or trigger me. I don't why keep going back for more? That's just like you punishing yourself. For what? So I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna do some lucid meditation so I can get my stuff balanced back up. But and you can't use witchcraft to carry out racist plots either. Stop. These people need guidance. They think they know what they're doing and they don't. You need to talk to a real spiritualist, a real shaman that can give you messages from the ancestors. Okay. Oh, yeah. And they're definitely present. I got to go. Y'all have a good evening. Peace and love. And make sure y'all get into this full moon protection. Okay. All right, y'all. Love and light.